What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Dads Like Golf. It's pretty late. It's like 11:30. The Internet Invitational has been over for a couple of days, but the interest and the controversy still plays on. Melosi and Paige Spiranic are getting a lot of hate online. I think it's a little excessive. But at the same time, I can understand. This is something that has been played up to be exactly what it was, the biggest golf event in YouTube history. People are rabid about golf online, especially the Barstool and Bob Does Sports guys, and they are the camera's over there, but I'm looking here. I apologize. Anything that happens, first off, if you're a woman in golf, you're gonna get a lot of shit. If you're a woman in golf and you're good, you're gonna get a lot of shit. If you're a woman in golf and you're good and you talk trash, you're gonna get a lot of shit. And if you're a woman in golf and you talk trash and you did something that was a little sideways, you're gonna get a lot of shit. I mean, it's not really gonna stop. So one of the golf guys, I can never remember his name, Golf Daddy or something like that. He did a video where he showed that yes, Paige did improve the lie for Melosi's shot, for Mo's shot on the second to last hole there, but the angle that she improved the lie was not the direction in which she ended up hitting the ball. There's actually two shots. There's one in front of the cart where she's facing the where the ball is and she's pressing down the grass, and she does it like 2 or 3 times. But then the angle in which Mo actually hits, you can see the hill is on the other side, where on the direction where the hole was. So when he hit the ball, you can see that the grass is still up in that direction. And she didn't move anything behind it. So she kind of moved it in front of the club, or to the side of the club path, right at the toe of the club. And the direction that he swung and hit the ball and where it came out, it wouldn't have been affected by that lie. It's a pretty good video. I'll find it and put the link in the description. Sorry I probably got the guy's name wrong. But he did a pretty good job of explaining that she did not improve Mo's lie. Even if she might have tried to, in the end, she didn't really improve it. But it's not a good look. And as she pointed out just moments before, she is in fact a competitive golfer. She's been playing golf for a long time. I've been watching her even before she got all the plastic surgery and everything. Before she's the Paige Spiranic that everybody knows now. And she knows that she can't do that. She knows she can't do that. So it's kind of hard to defend that. Especially when playing for $1 million. Now the shit talking, get out of my face. You talk all the shit you want. Dave Portnoy was telling everybody to chirp. This idea that golf is a gentleman's game, yeah, I get it. And when you're on tour, they play for more money, but this is YouTube money. These guys aren't getting a shot at this every week. They're not. And you'd be surprised how many people in YouTube don't make any money, and they're doing all this on their own dime. You're playing for $1 million. The guy who's running a tournament tells you, begs you to talk shit. Talk that shit. And if you can't handle it, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, Brad looks like the type of guy who can handle it. I don't know if the other guys on the team, for instance, in Beef, I don't know if they're the type of guys that at the time would handle it. RIP Beef, didn't know the guy, didn't know anything about him until this tournament. Really liked him, and sad to hear about what happened. I actually heard about what happened a day or two before it happened, randomly, through an online golfer. Still didn't know who he was, and then when I saw he was in the video, I was like, oh, that's why. So rest in peace to that guy. Seemed like a decent guy. Everybody seemed to like him. But you gotta talk shit. So to get mad at her and the hate, let's be honest, I did a video on this on my shorts. The hate for her started after episode 1, and it peaked after episode 2. Well, I won't say peak because it's peaking now, but it got hot after episode 2, and people were saying, well, she stacked the teams in her favor and she manipulated the, yes, she's the captain of the team. She's supposed to try to get the best player to help her win. And guess what? All the other guys did the same thing, but no one gave a shit when it was the other guys. So you gotta let her talk shit. You gotta let her manipulate the game the way she wants, as long as she's not cheating. I don't know if you can call what she did cheating, but a lot of people are calling it cheating and feels like cheating. So if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, most people are going to say it's a duck, even though it might be a squirrel. But, you know, I'm not going to defend her on that. I'll just say that. Mo, on the other hand, I cannot say whether, okay, so my rangefinder has a switch on the side that's very difficult to push up or down. When it is up, it is all white and the slope is not on. When it is down, it is green and the slope is on. The factory, the way they want it to be, the way they're like, this is on, is with the slope on. Green is giving you the green light, letting you know the slope is working correctly. Turning it off, the model before had a red switch letting you know, hey, your slope's not on, turn your slope on. It's very bright, especially on the white background of my rangefinder. And you know what? Let me go grab it. Hang on for 2 seconds. This is very unprofessional, but I'm gonna get it. Don't move. I'm right here. Right here. Haven't gone anywhere. Ugh. All right, I'm back. Okay. Oh, and I was just re-gripping my clubs here, and I just put on one of these Bryson DeChambeau oversized Jumbo Max golf grips. Dude, $16. You don't have to do the whole bag. Do 1 or 2 clubs just to see what you think, and then gradually do the rest of the bag. But dude, big time change. Anyway, so here's my rangefinder. This is actually the older one that I have. And you can see, like I said, remember, red means your slope is off. It means turn your slope on. Your slope is off. When it's white, that means, hey, this is the way it's supposed to work. The other one I have, I don't know where it is. It's not over there. It actually is green up here. So it's like, hey, this is on, but your slope's not working correctly. Like turn your slope is on now. It's green. It's on. This is off. This means your slope is off. Red means it's off. This is, hey, this is how it's supposed to be. This is normal. And the other one has a green light on it to say, yes, thumbs up. This is what you need to do. The model that Mo has, I think that one was a Bushnell. That switch is very small. It's a round switch with the Bushnell logo on it, if I'm correct, or it could have been a Callaway with the Callaway logo. And when you move it, it doesn't move far to turn the slope on. I think it's designed that way just to be real easy. That is very difficult. This is really hard to push up and down, and they make it that way so you don't accidentally turn your slope off. I heard one guy said that if they could put a beeping noise on it to let you know your slope is off, they would. Because if you're not getting paid to play the game, use the damn slope, right? So it's very hard to see if when he picks that rangefinder up off the side of the cart, whether or not he actually flicks it on. I heard, what's his name? Oh no, what's his name? I can't remember his name anyway. The pro golfer who's on there, the British guy. His name is just slipping my brain right now. But he said that he actually, when he spoke to a couple of people, he said it looked like he picked it up. When they asked him, he said he may have turned it on and then turned it off just to make sure that he had it off, which is kind of what it looked like he did. And this is him saying this, you know, as somebody who was already out of the tournament, but, you know, he seems to know what he's talking about, but at the same time, the whole thing's not a good look. Image is everything. I'm in sales. I'm in marketing. I own my own business. You don't want the appearance of impropriety. You don't want the appearance that things are going wrong. You know, when I pull up to do a job, I try to have a shirt with a company logo on it. Polos are great. Dry fits are great. Just something with the logo on it. A card with the logo on it, so people say, hey, this looks legitimate. The second people feel like something's not legitimate, doesn't matter how good the product is, they don't, the image is kind of tainted. And you don't want, like, he shouldn't have moved. He knew everybody was coming over to check these things. If he legitimately had his slope off, he would have just said, hey, go grab my rangefinders right over there, go check. Just like he did the first time when they asked him, I think it was the day 2. He was asked if he had his slope on. And he just literally they were like, yeah, you have your slope on. He's like, no, I don't. I was like, yeah, you do. And he, clear as day, all the cameras around him. Everybody's like, oh, he might have had it on before. I watched that episode and I watched it several times. He just picked it up. He never put his thumb on it. He never swiveled anything. There's all those cameras watching him from the right angle to see, and he just held it up. He's like, no, I'm not. But he had a different distance, and he was a little bit closer. He was a little bit forward from the tee than the rest of them. So that made it seem like, okay, he might be using his slope. Then when it turns out, hey, we think people might be using his slope, even if he did have it off, the second time going and doing that, it just looks bad. The whole thing looks like a bad look. I saw the original video. He did not have his slope on the first time they asked him if he had his slope on. But maybe that might have put it in his mind to use it. Maybe, hey, they already asked me and I said no, and I could show that I didn't have it on, and so now maybe I can use it and get away with it. Or maybe, I don't know. But what I know is that different brands of rangefinders will get different distances almost standing next to each other. The quality is off, and you have to be pointing exactly at the right spot. If he's trying to get a distance to the green, but not necessarily the hole because he didn't think he can drive the green, he's going to get a couple of yards forward. If he's standing forward, he's going to get a couple of yards forward, which is why when they accuse you of something, the first thing you do is say, bro, I swear to God, go to my cart. It's right over there. Go grab my rangefinder. It's on the back. Pull it off. Because it wasn't even like he was going to get it to show anybody. He got in his cart and he's driving away to go to the next hole, to go to his ball. So it wasn't, so when and he already got told that they were looking at rangefinders, which is why I think that maybe it wasn't the fact that he was trying to use his slope the whole time, but maybe he realized, okay, I was already asked about using my slope once. I got away with it. Maybe I can use it now. Maybe he did go, because he didn't have to pick it up to check to see if it was on. He could have just looked at it and said, hey, it's right here. And if it was my tournament, I'm telling everybody, use the slope. What do I care? Dave didn't even know the slope was. Somebody asked him, hey, can we use slope? And then he was like, no. So, the whole thing, and my thing is you still have to hit the damn ball. These guys are not, Paige, maybe. Brad, yes. Roger, yes. God, I can't remember the British guy's name. Why can't I remember his name? Anyway, there's some guys out there that are playing, Chaz, probably, maybe even Beef, who are good enough that a reading of 3 or 4 yards will make a difference in their club selection, where they put the ball, the amount of spin they put on it. Most of those guys, nah, bro, you're just trying to hit it as hard as you can towards the flag and hope it drops somewhere nearby so you can manage a par or a bogey to move on. So I think it looks bad. It feels bad. Feels like it kind of tainted your image right at the very end there when they were playing good golf, man. Even though they were down 2 at one point, it was only because Paige missed a putt by like 1/4 of an inch. It skirted the outside of the cup. So it wasn't like they were getting their asses kicked. Mo has a strong shot. He punched out several balls back into play. Frankie, he was doing very well up until he fell apart at the end there. And Paige is a stick. Say what you want about her, but she's a fucking golfer. She is. But I think if the roles were reversed, like imagine if it was Gabby Golf Girl who did this. People wouldn't be going at her this hard. They'd be like, oh, lay off her. Oh, she didn't know. Oh, whatever. And, the new girl, Lacey, who I think was a plant, because she does have a former relationship with a couple of the people over at Barstool. In my opinion, she made out the best in all this because I think she now has a job with them. She was just at the Barstool Studios doing a podcast, and she just launched a video 2 or 3 days ago getting a fitting with like Titleist clubs, I think there were. Don't kill me if I'm wrong. She can play golf, but she knew some of those people before, and she may have known Dave before, but she had no business being on that golf tournament. They sidestepped some of the Barstool guys to put her on. I think they knew before that they were going to do that. I don't think they just did that on a whim. And yeah, so I think that I think the whole thing was phenomenal. I think this is going to change golf for YouTube. It's going to it legitimizes it now because it's already a business. Good getting that PGA tournament is phenomenal, but not all those guys are good. Almost none of them are good. And if they're going to have a place where they can make money, it needs to be a place like the Internet Invitational. What I want to see is a split roster next time. I want to see like the top 24 YouTube golfers, and then like the like 24 under 10, 24 golfers under 10,000 subscribers. Of course, I'd like to be one of them, but I'm not good enough for that. So I'm not just saying this to be biased, but I would like to see them bring powerhouses of YouTube golf and people who are just barely coming up, because they did have some of those on this Invitational. A couple of those guys, only had a couple followers here or there, but that's really what I would love to see. A couple of no names and a couple of big ones, and you play, and it gives you the opportunity to capitalize and legitimize yourself as a golfer in the YouTube space, because the internet's the way it is, and if it wasn't for the PGA, no one would be watching golf anywhere else other than YouTube. So, and then there's a lot of winners, a lot of losers this weekend. I think Paige is a very sensitive person. She hasn't posted anything on her Instagram since this happened. I haven't seen anything except for the apology that she made, after episode 2, which I commented on. Mo, I don't know what's going on there. I haven't seen them anywhere. They're just ducking their heads, and it just feels bad, and I just wish it didn't happen. Yeah, so I loved it. I hope you guys loved it. I hope you guys loved the commentary that me and a couple of the other guys gave during it, and I hope they don't do this thing once a year. I hope it's every 6 months, and I hope Dave just keeps through. It's got to be more than 1 million next time. It's got to be 2 or 5 or something insane with crazy rules. Cutthroat stuff. It's got to be big time money next time. Not like $1 million isn't, but once you split it and pay your taxes, you realize afterwards, hey, I'm gonna need a little bit more cash for this next time. So I look forward to that. So appreciate you guys. Hey, if you like these videos, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. If you don't like them, give me a thumbs down. Let me know in the comments what I can change and what I can improve. But either way, subscribe. Until next time.